Season 5 opens on the Frost family at Blind Frog Ranch, once again teetering between everyday ranch life and jaw-dropping subterranean secrets. As winter's last chills fade into an early spring thaw, the team assembles to pick up where they left off, with fresh setbacks, rediscovered clues, and a mystery that grows ever more labyrinthine. The first few episodes re-establish the rhythms of ranch life. Snowmelt filtering through the mine shafts, tractors lumbering uphill, hay bales shifting under sudden rainstorms. But the backdrop of routine hides tension. Satellite dishes monitor seismic anomalies, old warehouse rooms hold half-scribbled maps, and once pliant ground shifts unpredictably. The tone is quiet urgency too. Unearthed clues and shifting alien Sicily breakthrough comes when seismic reading spikes trigger a full-scale excavation beneath the barn. Hidden behind stacked feed sacks, a bricked-up tunnel leads down into a narrow shaft. The floor is mottled with iron-tinged soil and scattered artifacts, ancient pottery, rusted metal chunks, and shards resembling obsidian. Carbon dating tests obtained from a local university confirm these are over 1,000 years old. Suddenly, Blind Frog Ranch isn't just a cattle operation, it may also be a gateway to a prehistoric site. The discovery pits team members against one another. Some push for a full archaeological dig with experts and legal permits, while others, concerned about exposing their claim and scaring off curiosity, urge quiet excavation. The family elders advocate compromise, controlled explorations, documented thoroughly, but no excavation permit without securing the land's cooperative future. Meanwhile, small-town residents offer tidbits. Folklore about Old Man Gordon, who claimed as a child to have found gold coins in a dry creek bed. A legend of a cave that echoes when someone's unfaithful. These stories float over the investigation, seeding new theories about the site's origins and purpose. The goal grows clearer. Somewhere below lies the true secret, but the path forward demands trust. 3. A rift over remains mid-season. Controversy deepens. A probe team via ground-penetrating radar identifies what looks like a sealed room 6 feet underground, roughly 10 by 12 feet, possibly human-made. Armed with this data, the team contemplates careful chiseling. But tensions flare. 2 brothers, one favoring minimal disturbance and respect for potential graves, the other insisting that this shaft is the key to their show, and maybe their fortune. Their mother, seeking a middle path, reminds them of moral duty, to history, to truth, to one another. The argument unfolds without heated shouting, but with tight-lipped silences in the darkening barn corridor. In a move to diffuse the impasse, they bring in a professional anthropologist. The expert suggests proceeding with caution, using non-invasive methods first. Metal detectors, fiber optic cameras, and remote-controlled sonar drones become the compromise, a way to peek without digging for. First glimpse into the unknown using a fiber optic probe, they peer into the sealed room late one evening. Beyond the bricked threshold, the images flicker across a small screen inside the barn. What they see: straight edges, flat surfaces, rectangular shapes hinting at boxes or slabs. Something solid, and perhaps deliberately placed. The silence that follows is thick. The probe makes contact. Little dust clouds swirl. A shard of pottery leans against what looks like a stone chest. The team watches as something metallic gleams in the light, possibly an antique tool or relic. This moment dramatically shifts the narrative. The sealed chamber now represents a deliberate structure. Maybe a storage room, maybe a tomb, maybe both, and whoever sealed it did so deliberately. A message from the past, left buried for centuries, hidden in plain sight. 5. Environmental echo simultaneously. the team continues ranch operations. Spring storms threaten livestock shelters. The creek floods earlier and wider than usual. Their environmental monitors pick up seismic tremors, likely induced by excavation vibrations or maybe unrelated tectonic activity. These natural events underscore the fragile balance between human curiosity and living land. One night, a heavy shake collapses part of the tunnel wall, sending dust plumes that remind everyone how easily the ground can shift. The team debates calling in geotechnical experts to better assess slope stability when the dig deepens. But cost, bureaucracy, and a fear of losing momentum stand in the way. 6. A run-in with the password of the hidden chamber leaks to a local legend hunter who pays a late-night visit. He describes a memory from childhood, his father warning him never to enter a certain ravine near the ranch if you value your life. He speaks of unnatural cold air at the mouth of a small cave and dented stones arranged like a grotesque trace of oral history among the team. They recall feeling a similar chill in the tunnel, a breath of unnatural cool, as they reached certain depths. Suddenly, the site becomes more than a curiosity. It's possibly a ritual site. The team contemplates calling in anthropologists specializing in indigenous ceremonies. Some elder cousins of the Frost family are approached. They provide permission and cultural guidance. The dynamic changes. The excavation must now be respectful, guided, collaborative. 7. Technological breakthrough and setback to further examine without digging. The cam probe is upgraded to 360-degree swivel, and a miniature robot with sonar is lowered down. It maps the room digitally, capturing a 3D model of the interior. The model reveals 3 large stone chests or altars arranged in a row, each etched with faint symbols, spirals, animal tracks, a bird in flight. But the scan ends abruptly. The robot goes dark. Comms and power fail. A pause, then a jolt recorded on the sensors. Something knocks it over. Maybe a caving in. Maybe something else. The loss rattles everyone. Was the jolt simply rock shifting, or could there have been motion inside? The uncertainty casts a shadow. The team debates retrieving it, only to risk another collapse. Tension between curiosity and caution intensifies. 8. Hearts and cattle amid the archaeological thrill ride, daily life endures. A sick calf needs a difficult delivery. The matriarch rustles help. The patriarch trucks hay bales in heavy rain. These scenes balance the overarching mystery with warm human rhythms. The camera lingers on moments of shared laughter. 2 brothers sizing up the seismograph after a big shake, the whole ranch gathering for coffee on the porch, waiting for results from the carbon dating lab. Tensions over legend and duty play out in small actions. A hand offered to keep one from slipping on mud. Quiet nods at first light. The moral weight of the dig haunts them. If this site contains human remains, are they prepared to follow legal protocols? In a season built on hidden treasure, these scenes reground everything in family and responsibility. 9. Legal crossings and land patrons. When momentum peaks, a thin envelope arrives via certified mail. The local historic preservation office demands details of the shaft discovery, noting that any unpermitted intrusion into protected land may result in heavy fines. Simultaneously, an external foundation offering to fund a formal dig demands exclusivity footage rights and final say in publication. The ranch faces a water's choice: go indie, risk legal blowback, or partner with institution and lose creative control. They call for a ranch-wide family meeting. Options are laid on the table. Public service archaeology versus private documentarian job, a crossroads between legacy and brand. Each argument held, but no decision is made by episode's close. So far, Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch Season 5 has transcended its cattle ranch roots, morphing into a collision of archaeology, ancestral exploration, and moral reckoning, with grounding in everyday ranch life. The contrast between tranquil spring mornings and subterranean intrigue gives the season unique texture. Leather jackets and straw hats at sunrise, tangled cables, and scanning rigs by underground floodlights at midnight. The mid-season recap reveals a show at its most layered, not just another treasure hunt, but a slow-burn excavation of history, heritage, and human connection. It underscores the fragility of a forgotten past and the weight of legacy on those still living 14. Final thoughts as cameras cut to black on the season's halfway point. The sense lingers that what lies beneath Blind Frog Ranch isn't simply valuable. It carries a story billions of breaths old. The ranch doubles as a vault, the Frosts as both stewards and storytellers. Their fight isn't just for truth, but for meaning. Reconciling legend with evidence, family pride with cultural respect. In the season's final few episodes, viewers can anticipate flashpoints, permit hearings, heritage site inspections, and emotional showdowns. More clues, etched stones, broken pottery, skeletal traces will push the narrative toward potential world-class discovery. And as spring ripens into summer, the season's visual palette will shift too. From muddy tunnels and overcast barns to sunlit archaeology pits and dusty chalk dust drifting in golden light. When Season 5 rolls back after the mid-season break, the question won't just be, what's buried at Blind Frog? But what will the Frosts do with what they find?